Hey team, Marina Jenkins here, Executive Director of the NDRC. What a week it has been. I just got back on Tuesday night from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and landed in time to make it home as outlets were already calling the race for Wisconsin Supreme Court for Judge Susan Crawford. So it's just been a super, super exciting week. Just such a wonderful, fantastic result out of that election. It was also, so this was Tuesday, April 1st was the election. It was also the day that Senator Cory Booker broke a record on the Senate floor and gave a 25-hour speech. Just really, really incredible. So just really kind of feeling inspired and a little bit of wind at our back this week, which is great. You know, the polling in Wisconsin ahead of Tuesday's election had been tightening. So, first Judge Crawford seemed to be sort of leading, but over the past few weeks, it was kind of like, 3 points, 5 points. And then by the end of last week, 1 point. And meanwhile, Elon Musk was just pouring millions and millions of dollars into the race. Every week, it was like another report of another sort of money dump from Musk into the race. All told, at the end of it, Elon Musk and his allied organizations spent $25 million in Wisconsin trying to buy that race for Judge Crawford's opponent, Brad Schimel. And Musk was giving away $1 million novelty checks, which is kind of wild and doesn't seem particularly legal or in line with our fundamental principles of fairness and our election laws. But, I'll leave that to someone else to dive into whether there will be any consequences for him. But, it became this really intense, really incredible push to get us over the finish line. And the results were just astounding. Crawford ultimately won the race by about 10 points. So a 55-45 outcome in the end. That is a huge, huge win for progressive values, for fairness, for democracy. It was a rebuke of Elon Musk and Trump. Trump at the last minute had endorsed Brad Schimel, Judge Crawford's opponent. And really, they were looking to this race to say, this is, Brad Schimel's the guy who's gonna, continue Trump's agenda. And, the fact that I think in the end, we ended up with this incredible margin was actually, really the people of Wisconsin, the voters of Wisconsin communicating to their state, within their state, to their, to their court and to the country that this is not what we want. That what is happening now with Musk and with Doge, what's happening with President Trump at the federal level is not what we want, and we do not want that replicated in Wisconsin. So just an incredibly important and motivating win for fairness, for the rule of law, and also the fact that voters are more powerful than dollars. Elon Musk tried to buy this election, and the voters said, no, thank you. No, thank you. We will speak for ourselves. It's just quite a statement and quite a moment. So just really excited for the outcome there. And the impact is real. I think the impact here in Wisconsin is certainly twofold. There is the element at the national level of, what does this say? And media has already started reporting in this way, at the national level and in Wisconsin as well, of just, this is a rebuke of Trump. This is a rebuke of Elon Musk. This is, this election says something about where the American electorate is vis-a-vis what's happening at the federal level. Yes, that is true. But also the impact for folks in Wisconsin is incredibly important. And the Wisconsin Supreme Court will continue to consider cases related to abortion rights, fair maps, labor and union power, voting and election rules. Obviously, these are all incredibly important issues that the court will continue to consider and to decide. And this election and Judge Crawford's win in this election locks in a pro-democracy, a pro-fairness, a pro-women majority, at least until 2028. There will be elections every year for the next 6 years for Wisconsin Supreme Court seats. But for the moment and for the next 3 years, this will be a state Supreme Court with a majority that will protect the people of Wisconsin. And that is incredibly consequential and incredibly important. Certainly, we will continue to engage in Wisconsin. And as I said, this is not the end of the path, but it's such an incredible moment. Our team, we had a team of staff members who traveled out to Milwaukee for the final few days of get out the vote efforts, knocking on doors. Our team knocked on roughly 2,500 doors in the last 4 days. I got to go out and join them and pound the pavement myself. And it was just really, really special and really wonderful to be with all the organizers on the ground. We got to see Wisconsin Democratic Party Chairman Ben Wickler speaking at a canvas launch on election day, just motivating the crowd. There were people, who were coming in from all over the place. There were Wisconsinites. One of our team members is from Madison, and he armed us all. I live in DC. It's springtime here, which means there's a lot of pollen and a lot of rain. But, generally the temperature is above 50, and we arrived and it was, there was a forecast for snow. It was in the 30s, and thankfully our colleague brought hats and gloves and equipped us all for what we were not prepared for. I ate a lot of cheese curds. We had just a really wonderful time, and, just so appreciative for all of the organizers in state who've just been working so hard for years to really turn Wisconsin around. And so just what an exciting result, quite a relief. And, we just look forward to the next thing. So we're going to get back to work here. We've got the SAVE Act was taken off the schedule for the House here in DC this week due to the fact that Republicans don't want new parents to be able to vote by proxy. And so no business could happen in the House this week because Republicans refuse to allow new parents to vote from home when they have newborns, which just seems like a super pro-family thing to do. And so, we're still watching that. We still, we're tracking when that's going to come up. We've got lots of other things moving, watching some attacks on direct democracy efforts in Florida. And we'll talk more about that soon. And, just really feeling motivated to keep up the work and to keep pushing and to keep moving in the direction of a free and fair democracy where everybody's vote counts equally and everybody's voice is heard. So that's what we're going to do, and appreciate you all coming along with us for the ride. So more to come. Talk to y'all soon.
This show is produced by Reed Dudley, Sophia Pedroso, and Manuel Marce. Special thanks to Alex Yang. Editing and mixing by Play Pretend Media. This podcast is paid for by the National Democratic Redistricting Committee.